You touched on it a few times, and we're very big on pushing the idea of self custody being the revolution in Bitcoin. And you've added something to our lexicon and the way that we push self custody, and it's naming the names of the ethical Bitcoin wallets and having to direct people to the right tools. So, could maybe you continue to elaborate on that signal for the people out there so we can get those calls of actions?
Well, on Twitter, we see people talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to do this, Bitcoin's going to do that. And of course, they're right. But it can't happen unless people are using Bitcoin. It can't happen unless people are able to get Bitcoin in a trivially easy way. And so if you really want Bitcoin to succeed and the right tools to be the means by which it's succeeding, you have to name those tools. You have to name them. You have to send people to go and get these tools and download them onto their phones. So if you have a Twitter account with, I don't know, 5 million followers, and you never mention the name of a single Bitcoin wallet, that's weird. In my opinion, that's very weird. So I've tried to do a couple of forced memes, which of course never work, to make people uh, list Bitcoin wallets, the ethical Bitcoin wallets, and then uh, encourage people whenever they talk about Bitcoin to at least in a thread mention a wallet that they want other people to use so that there are millions more new installs of all of these wallets so that people have a means to use Bitcoin and it's not just something people talk about. It's useful up to a point to talk about all the problems that are coming and how the CDBCs and blah, 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 blah. You can do it till the cows come home. But if you never mention Wallet of Satoshi, Samurai Wallet, or Moon Wallet, or any of these Bitcoin wallets that are out there that can actually be the total solution to this, who are you helping? You're not helping anybody. So I wonder sometimes if these people even use Bitcoin themselves. Uh, I don't know. But to me, if you're talking about any kind of tool as a means to solving a problem, and you will not show people where that tool is, you've got a problem. You've got a problem, and you need to stop it, and you need to think about helping your followers. And to me, it's very, very simple. Um, the Bitcoin can't do anything just because you talk about it. People have to use Bitcoin, and of course, use Bitcoin means any use that you put it to. If you want to save your money in Bitcoin to some future date, that's using Bitcoin. If you want to go to the store and spend with it, that's using Bitcoin. If you want to use it for sending money from across the world or putting $1 million in your brain to go across the border, all of that is using Bitcoin. There's no one way to use Bitcoin. But if people don't have the tools, don't have the means, nobody can use it. Bitcoin isn't a club. It's not a social club. It's not a community. It's a tool. And if people are not using that tool, that's not good. So our mission here at Azteco is to get as many people using Bitcoin as possible, making it trivially easy for people to get Bitcoin. And by stripping away all the complexity, we've managed to do that in a very, very big way. And the best Bitcoin wallets are going to be the ones that understand what a consumer is on the WhatsApp level, meaning that it has to be as simple as WhatsApp, perhaps even simpler, so that anybody can just download it, use it, and then that's it. Now, those wallets, and these people are not bad people, they're just not at an advanced stage of development. These people who release tools that force you to record the mnemonic before you can even receive any Bitcoin, that's anti-consumer. So, you wonder how many people do you want to be using your tool? Do you want 100 million people to be using your tool, or do you only want a few thousand to be using it? These are the immediate questions that come to mind. They're uncomfortable questions, but somebody's got to ask them. Somebody's got to say, why aren't you talking about Bitcoin wallets? Why aren't you pointing people to Bitcoin wallets? You say you're a Bitcoin enthusiast. You say you're for Bitcoin. You say you're for the aims of Bitcoin, but won't point anybody to the tools that will make it happen. This is doublethink. This is a misalignment of behavior and a desired outcome. You've got to be the change that you want to become. You'll become the change you want to be, or whatever it is. And if you're not promoting Bitcoin wallets, I put it to you, you're not a real Bitcoiner at all. You're just a LARPer. You're a LARPer. You're playing at Bitcoin. You think it's about Twitter. You think it's about a community. It's not. And nobody is helped by doing this. We all know about this poor guy in Iran just been arrested just because he's using Bitcoin. This is very serious. This is very, very serious. And in the Bitcoin future, where everybody's using Bitcoin, things like that will happen less often, a lot less often, maybe even never. So do you want to get to that world quickly, or do you want to wait and let more and more people suffer because you can't be bothered to recommend one Bitcoin wallet? To me, it's very perplexing, but that's just me.